Hello, time for the Daily Dose again. My name is Heather Good, and I am the program coordinator for our 4th and 5th grade students here at Calvary. This week, we are talking about life's biggest questions and how those questions impact our youth. We really care that you feel comfortable having conversations with the young people in your life, that you can make deep connections with them, and even have some faith conversations. Today, we are going to dig into not identity, that was Tuesday, belonging was yesterday, but today, purpose. So the three drivers that kind of underlie all of the things that our teenagers are going through are identity, who am I enough, belonging, where do I fit in, and finally, purpose. What difference can I make in this world? Purpose, I think, is hard. The other two I feel like we talk about maybe more in our culture, but purpose seems sort of like this nebulous thing that some people feel a strong purpose and some people don't. And there's not like a go through these 3 steps and you'll find your purpose in life. So today what I want to do is I want to challenge you to think about your purpose. Where is it that you feel that there is meaning in your life or that you are making a difference in this world? An example from my life is just recently I've been through a big kind of career job change. And so I was teaching and I have a heart for students that are just not thriving in the typical mainstream public classroom. And so in the spot where I was teaching, I just felt like, I had a lot of those students, but I couldn't put as much time and effort into them as I wanted to. And I just really didn't feel like I was making a big difference in their lives. So just after kind of thinking through this and thinking through what is my purpose, what do I want to do in this life, God just started telling me, you know what, I think maybe there's a different place for you. And so after lots of thinking and praying, my husband and I decided for me to take a year off. And so I was going to take a year leave of absence and just think through and try a bunch of different things. And as soon as that happened, doors opened for me and I'm now at a different school. And so I'm still teaching and doing what I absolutely love. And my students now are basically all in that group of students that don't thrive in the typical mainstream public school setting. So it was a beautiful, understanding that I wasn't feeling like I was making a difference and then making some big life changes for that to happen. Now, of course, that was in my late 30s, so more of a midlife crisis than our teenagers are happening. But I feel like for me, what did my search for purpose look like when I was younger? Lots of different things. I know that I went to youth group at my church, but I also started going to youth group with some of my friends in their churches. Mission trips helped me to feel purpose and meaning. Sometimes sports in my life absolutely made me feel like I belonged. I could make a difference in that team and our winning. I was part of a program through the high school to be matched with a student in elementary school. And so I followed her and we were together for a couple of years getting to know one another. So there are many ways that the young people in your life may be doing that search for purpose. As a teacher, and I think probably as a parent, we see things kind of pop up that are a little bit different than the positive way that I'm looking back on my life. Sometimes I feel like it comes across as students saying either over the summer or in classrooms, I'm bored. Why do we have to do this? I'm never going to have to use this again in my life. Why do I have to clean this if it's just going to get dirty again? And although, again, we can feel our frustration rising when they're saying these things, I encourage you to step back and reframe your thinking. This generation, I think more than ever, feels very discontent about doing things just because we're supposed to do them or because we've done them for a long time. And so I think that these questions of I'm bored, why do we have to do this, is less about them feeling like they need to be entertained all the time, but really their search for purpose. What is meaningful? How can I make a difference in this world? And I feel like doing these things is not necessarily going to help me find my purpose. So really step back and think about these questions as your young person's search for purpose. Now, again, as they are searching for their purpose, as we are sometimes as well, I think it's important as the important adults in their life to really begin to lead them to the answer that they have a page in God's book. Like their story is a part of God's larger story of humanity in this world. And so, whatever it is that they feel passionate about is so important. It's not going to be the same thing I'm passionate about or this person, because we all need to make this world work. And so all of our purposes are going to feel just a little bit different. Some things that you can do instead of feeling frustrated is to ask them some questions. They're saying they're bored, they don't want to do this kind of stuff. Ask them what does feel purposeful and meaningful in their life. How do they actually want to make a difference? Are there any places right now in your life that you feel like you make a difference or that you have a purpose? And then empower them. Man, if there is a place where they feel empowered and like they have purpose and meaning, get them to that place, right? Like if they're a part of a team and they feel like they have purpose there, sign them up for the extra camp over summer, or make sure to get them on the team so that they can find those places. Maybe it's they love being on stage and feel like they want to, be artists and actors and actresses. Try to sign them up there, put them on mission trips if that is something. The more that we can empower them and put them in places where they feel like they make a difference, that is going to be huge for our young people. Also, share your purpose. Again, this is why I sat down and thought for a little bit, what is my purpose and where do I feel like I can make a difference? And sometimes having that conversation with them and having, remembering how you grapple with that and how you did grapple with that can help them as well. So again, instead of frustration, reframe your thinking. How can you encourage them to do some thinking about their purpose in life? Remind them over and over and over again that God knit them together in their mother's womb. There is a place for them in the story of God. Remind them that they are invited into that greater story that God is writing throughout humanity. And remind them that they can make a difference and that they will make a difference in our world, different than any other person could make because of their specific gifts and drive and passion. So next time your young person says they're bored, reframe your thinking and get curious about how they want to make a difference in the world.